Well, fortune does favor the brave. In the last 5 games, we have won 4 of them and shot straight up the table. 21 points in 15 games. We're currently 10th in the Sky Bet Championship. Now, I certainly don't think that this is going to last, but we're going to ride this good run of form as long as we possibly can. Hey, yo, etc. Welcome to episode number 48 of Taskmaster FC. We are trying to take Taskmaster's finest and get them to the Premier League. Since I last saw you, we drew against Ipswich and lost against Sunderland. And then all of a sudden, I do not know what happened, but we just kicked off. And we kicked off in an extraordinary fashion against Derby County. Let me just pull up the match stats for this game because it is beyond expectation. If you go through and look at this, we had no right to be winning this game at all. We scored a goal very early on, which I was very thrilled about. Then all of a sudden, May Martin took a very, very silly penalty and got a red card as a result of it. And then we managed to survive until about the 65th minute when we actually took a penalty, or gave up a penalty, depending on how you look at it. And it was a great save by Desiree Birch. I will tell you right now, Desiree Birch kept us in this game. The fact that we won this game is astonishing, being down to 10 men so early against a team that is clearly better than us and managed to survive, especially on the XG. I mean, if you look at that data, it really shows that we were not the superior opponent in that team. We then took that momentum, if you will, against Wolverhampton Wanderers, who are top of the league and are still top of the league, and managed to eke out a 5-2 victory. Up 2-0 going into halftime, was absolutely thrilled with that. Managed to concede 2 goals in the second half and then decided the last 15 minutes, we're going to actually play soccer. And John Kearns ended up scoring 3 goals in very, very short time, and a very rare 10.0 rating for John Kearns as he gets 4 goals in the night and a 5-2 victory for us over Wolverhampton Wanderers. We then take that momentum into our next home game and beat up on Birmingham City 3-1. Again, a very decisive victory here. You wouldn't know that knowing the XG, but this was a very dominant performance. Towards the second half, we ended up not doing as well, but did enough to win. We lose 1-0 to Lincoln City away and then defeat Millwall 3-2. So what does that mean in terms of the league table? Well, if I look at the Sky Bet Championship right now, we are currently 10th. That will not last. I'm just going to tell you that right now. This good run of form that we've had over the last couple of games might be just what keeps us up and prevents us from essentially going back down into League One, which I am perfectly fine with and very, very happy that we ended up having this good run of form. Now, that being said, today we got 2 very, very interesting games. We got a game away against Reading, which should be a very competitive game, 19th in the league. Again, that's kind of where I expect us to be. Did actually have a job notification from Reading saying they wanted to interview me. I rejected it because I'm here for the long haul. And then a game away against Norwich City, which should be a very, very tough match here. So 2 away games today. Should be very, very interesting. Let's go and get to our tactical meeting here. Our lineup really hasn't changed that much. We have had some suspensions and some injuries. Catherine Ryan's injured, should be back in about 2 weeks. Aaron Chen injured, also be back in about 2 weeks. May Martin and Emma City were sitting out for a good chunk of the last 5 games due to suspensions. Both of them end up picking up a red card. And John Kearns has really been picking up the slack. So John Kearns earns a spot in today's lineup here. I'm actually may switch out May Martin. Yeah, we'll try something a little bit different here. Emma City just not executing as well as I would like. We do have a positive mentality here. I'm going to go back to balanced. We'll just have to kind of wait and see what happens with that. So that being said, we have Birch in goal. Defensively, we're looking at Babatunde Aleshe, Jessica Nappet, Sue Perkins, and Alice Levine on our back line. Center mids are going to be Tim Vine and Joanne McNally. Our wingers are Bob Mortimer and Asim Chowdhury, and then May Martin and John Kearns up top, trying to get some goals for us today. We're going to go ahead and submit that team, get that going, and hopefully continue our good run of form. Again, we're only looking to try to pick up 50 points. We're just trying to meet that threshold. Whatever happens after that is, a benefit, is more than what we would expect here. So let's go out. Let's do a good thing here today. Let's score some goals, win a game, and see how we do against Reading. Again, very exciting time. Like I said, the last 5 games have been kind of a whirlwind. That Lincoln City game, I was actually kind of sad for losing. I realized, we really probably are going to be losing most of these games. But 4 games out of the last 5 that are wins are really that's the type of form that's going to support us and push us up the table. And again, when we reach that poor run of form, when we end up losing 3, 4, or 5 in a row, it will really give us the push we need and the space that we need to hopefully ensure our survival. But right now, Reading do have the ball, and a good ball in to the box, and it's just wide of Desiree Birch. It looks like it might have been deflected by Sue Perkins. That will be a corner kick for Reading here 20 minutes into the first half. It is still 0-0. Good ball in. It ends up being crossed or headed out, and that will end the highlight. Yeah, not much to it for us today so far. And again, I don't know if it's that balanced mentality. We may need to go to a cautious mentality here. We will get a free kick. Joanne McNally looks to be lining up to take that. And Joanne McNally will take that free kick. And it is a good save by the Reading keeper to push that over the top of the crossbar. That will be a corner for Chesham United as Tim Vine looks to get the ball into the box here. Significantly outnumbered. Ends up being cleared back to Tim Vine. Vine looking to get it back in the box, but the highlight will end. I'm going to go ahead and go to a cautious mentality. We're going to play for set pieces. Just not a whole lot going on so far this game. Hopefully that allows us to maybe go a little more on the counterattacking mentality, keep a couple more players back, and prevent some opportunities on goal for Reading, although we haven't really seen a whole lot of change other than Reading still continue their dominance. As we head into stoppage time here in the first half, looks like it is going to be 0-0, which I'm perfectly fine with. Again, a draw is a draw. Points are points, especially at this point in the season. Especially where we're at in the table. I don't expect to win every single game. Lord knows I don't expect to accrue points every single game. So every single point we can take will be beneficial. Looks like we might have a little bit of an issue here. Alice Levine, 6.3, not a great rating here. So let's get Aleshe on that side, and I will bring in Nish Kumar, who's been a little bit better since I kind of scolded him, told him he was on the transfer list. He is still currently on the transfer list here, but I'm going to go ahead and get the individuals. Can I go ahead and talk to Nish Kumar and just say, you know what, I have faith in here, go out and make a difference. Look, gaining confidence. I'm learning how to manage. My goodness, this is a new era in Joe Steele soccer. Goodness gracious, I am so excited for that. I'm actually watching a soccer game at the moment, which tells you a little bit about what time I'm playing. Sheffield United are beating Wrexham 3-1 in the Carabao Cup. Very, very exciting. Right now, we are currently... Oh, I was going to say we are up, but we are not up. We are drawing against... We're not drawing. Great move to move Aleshe to the right back position, who immediately gives up a very, very poor header, which ends up in the back of the net. So we are currently down 1-0 to Reading. Again, I say well defended. Just nothing going there. I mean, the offensive player just beats our defender fair and square, gets good positioning, and we can't compete with that. And that's frustrating. So I'm going to berate the entire team because that was a very poor defensive effort. And as I mentioned before, it really is just, it's a one and none. You make one mistake, they're going to capitalize on it. They're going to punish you for it. So it's very important to make sure that, I say you don't make mistakes, we're going to make mistakes. I mean, that's just the nature of who we are at this point in time. We're going to make mistakes. We just need to make less mistakes than our opponent. If our opponent doesn't make any, then we're going to be in trouble. So that being said, let's make some substitutions here. John Kearns appears to be anxious. Let's get Emma City on and see if that... Ooh, 3.5 stars all around. I really like the difference that makes. Let's see here. I wish I could had a decent substitution there. I have no outside back substitution. Something to look forward to in the transfer market. Remind me, outside backs. That's what we need to be focusing on here. Tim Vine has not played particularly well. We'll get Paul Chowdhury in there. And then Assam Chowdhury, Lisa Tarbuck. Not really a like-for-like substitution, but we are getting players on, give them a little bit of time and see if they can make a difference here. We do go to a positive mentality. Just try to create a little more offense and see if we can get a game-tying goal here to try to steal a point away from Reading and walk home with at least something for today's match. But again, as we start approaching the 90th minute, it does not appear we are going to get that. 4 minutes of stoppage time, not a whole lot going on, and just like our game against Lincoln, we are going to end up losing 1-0. A little bit of a frustrating result there. As I said, all it takes is one mistake, and we end up losing that game. So pretty angry about that, pretty upset, but not a whole lot we can do. Again, we don't expect to win every single game. I want to win every single game. It's just realism here. We're 9 points ahead of the relegation zone, 9 points away from 4th in the division. So we're kind of smack dab right there in mid-table with all of the other teams that are on 21 points. But we do not want to, A, get ahead of ourselves, or B, rest on our laurels by any stretch of the imagination. There is still a lot of soccer to play. So you played soccer. I will bring you the next game here in just a moment. We are taking on Norwich City away. They are, I think, like 9th or 10th in the league. We'll bring you back for that here in just a moment. Well, despite our lack of success in the last game, I did make a slight change here. Alice Levine is out. Babatunde Aleshe is now at right back, and Nish Kumar comes in at left back. So we will just have to see how that plays out. We're going to continue with the balanced mentality for, actually, you know what, we're going to go with the cautious mentality today because we are away against Norwich City, who is a much better team than we are. So let's get into it. See if we can do anything today. Fingers crossed and hope for the best, to say the least. Oh, gosh. Yeah, play with freedom. Sure, whatever. It means we're going to lose 6-0. I think I pressed the wrong button. It's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, boy. You got to love it, though. You love a little bit of pressure. It's something a little bit different that I've not experienced over the course of this day. I mean, things have been, I say, fairly easy. There have been times when things have made me a little bit nervous. Oh, I got to press the play button. Sorry. I got so excited I pushed it twice, and we would have sat here for ages. I've just been sitting here talking to the microphone with nothing actually going through and happening, which is, a pretty standard episode anyways. Is just me talking with a lot of nothing taking place, but it is what it is. We dropped down to 13th position as nothing has happened so far. Kumar, cross in and get a header. Get something on goal, please. Oh, how amazing would that be? Chowdhury, Kumar, nap it. Not even close. Well, it was an attempt. It was an attempt that happened, and that's about all I can say about it. We're down to 14th position. All right, let's regroup here. Kumar to nap it. Moves the ball up the middle and passes it immediately to Josh Sargent, who is a lethal striker. So if you really want to pass the ball to the other team, you really want to make sure you pass it to their striker that's scored 20 goals in the Premier League and pretty much every season of the championship that has occurred since he's been in the league. But other than that, things are fine. Things are just fine. I mean, it's still 0-0, so I can at least take that into consideration. We've not done a whole lot with any passes, nor have we had a whole lot of possession. I got a lot of grading to do. Man. Oh, boy. A highlight. Just what I wanted to see. Norwich going to work the ball out of the back here. We're not applying a whole lot of pressure here. Just kind of letting them do what they want with the ball. Maybe that's part of that cautious mentality is we're just going to sit back and let the pressure come to us and really get a chokehold on them in the final third. Fingers crossed that's probably what we're going to try to do. That's definitely what we're trying to do here. Kearns intercepts. Good job to Tim Vine. Gets the ball over to Bob Mortimer. Works the ball through the center's midfield to Joanne McNally. McNally looks as Asham Chowdhury kind of checks in the line here. May Martin can't get it. Bob Mortimer, it took a deflection off the post. Kearns gets the ball in the middle, and it's cleared out. A very bizarre set of events there that could have led to a goal. Looks like it took a deflection. It was off the post and kind of crossed the goal mouth, but unfortunately nothing doing for Chesham United. We have had most of the opportunities this first half. So let's keep going. Let's keep working hard. Let's continue doing what we are doing. I do not see any reason why, if we don't keep playing the way we do, we can't come away with a win today. Let's get Chowdhury on and see how things turn out here. We'll go ahead and go back to the dressing room. Everybody looks delighted. Everybody looks pleased. I mean, it has been an eventful first half. I would say defensively, we've been quite good in terms of not allowing many shots, not allowing many opportunities. The only shot they had on target was an interception of a very poor pass defensively out of the back third of the pitch. So really can't argue with what we've been doing so far. It looks like Norwich are really trying to get them and play themselves back into this game. Aleshe not doing particularly well so far, hovering around a 6.4, 6.3. Got about 20 minutes left of the game here. Let's go ahead and make some substitutions. I'll go ahead and put the pause button on, and let's see what we can do here. So Chowdhury, let's get Tarbuck on. Mortimer, and let's get Luke McGregor on. I've got two more substitutions here. Let's, May Martin not doing much of anything. Emma City can come on and see if we can get a goal here to really take a nice little surprise toward the end of this game. Looks like Norwich are going to have the opportunity to attack here. The latter stage of the second half, you got about 17 minutes left until stoppage time. Norwich looking to make something happen here. Get the ball in, and this isn't looking promising. No, it is not. Sargent scores. About 18 minutes left in the game. It's 1-0 to Norwich. And maybe this is just the mentality we don't need. I mean, we just have not created much of anything. I mean, we're only allowing one good opportunity, but we have not scored anything in all the last two games. Done nothing. Defensively, that's poor. Who's sitting there watching? It's Jessica Knappett. I'll berate the entire team. We'll go positive. I don't know if that's going to do any good, really, at this point in the game, but we do have an opportunity here. Sue Perkins to Tim Vine. Vine works on the outside of Luke McGregor. McGregor tries to work the ball through the midfield, but it's immediately intercepted by a Norwich player. And they've got numbers back, and they're going to score here. It's 2-0. An easy double. I mean, it's an easy double. Again, it's poor passing that's leading to these opportunities, and I just don't have the players to cope. As I mentioned before, I didn't expect this good run of form to last, and you can see right here, it's we dropped a spell back down. We were 10th, now we're 16th. Right back in the thick of the relegation spots. We're not in the relegation spots, but we're just north of them, and I mean, it's going to be a stretch. We did have a good run of form, but they were against teams that were lower than us in the league or around us. When we play against good teams, we do not look good at all, and we just do not have, we don't have the quality of players to be able to compete. We'll get there eventually. We just, again, we have to survive this season. That's the big thing here, survive this season. 2 straight defeats. It sucks because we were in control of most of that game, but my God, the 3 minutes, that's all it took. 3 minutes of poor defending, 3 minutes of poor passing. And a team as good as Norwich is going to take advantage of that. You do not do yourselves proud today. I'm disappointed. You can be demotivated all you want. I'm pretty demotivated. It's tough. Norwich are going to be a good team. But again, we need to regroup. We need to make sure that we, again, continue to accrue as many points as possible. Losses are not going to be what's going to get us there. Tough defeat, but again, we look at what we've done. This isn't terrible. Just got to get better. Just got to get better. Here's what I'll do. I'll probably bring you back here towards the end of December, beginning of January. It does start at the transfer window, maybe FA Cup third round, depending on who the tie is with. Maybe we get some cash into this club because finances looking a little rough. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. But hopefully you enjoyed that. If you did, feel free to leave a like. Subscribe if you want to see more Taskmaster FC content. We're doing our absolute darndest to, well, first off, stay in this league, but get Taskmaster FC, Chesham United, all the way to the Premier League using people who have actually appeared on Taskmaster. We'll see you very soon for the next episode. Take care. Bye, everybody.